Housekeeping. We all have different standards that we can tolerate or not tolerate. Housekeeping, that's a great source of contention for a lot of people who have to live together. So, a long time ago, decades ago, I lived in a group home when I was in graduate school. And one of the rules of the house was they had a cleaning lady that came once a week. And part of the agreement when you moved in there and rented a room was that you had to contribute to the pot. And she would come and vacuum and tidy up and, scrub the bathrooms. Didn't do the best job, but she did the job. And it really kept the peace. It really did. And it was quite a reasonable way to live. Some people had two jobs. Some people were going do two jobs and going to graduate school. I mean, we had crazy, crazy schedules, and often we're like ships passing in the night. So there, there was no way to kind of solve this problem. So the person who managed the house, this was the rule, and we lived by it, and it worked really, really well. So when there came a point in time when I was living with, remember I had said I was living with four slobs? Well, I was only living with two slobs. Um, but they were both addicts. One was a workaholic and one was a gaming addict. And I was just tired of picking up after these people. I'd really had it. And we had the resources to pay someone to do it. I was just tired. I also I had had a heart attack and wasn't that strong. I could not believe the fight that these two individuals who never helped with the cleaning put up over paying someone to clean the house. It was unreal. And I felt like the child was just mirroring the father's behavior. Um, but it was absolutely freeing for me. It's amazing how when you're carrying a burden for other people that you didn't ask to carry, and they really don't respect you. Um, they just shove their hygiene problems on me. Um, that I could not believe the difference having someone do the heavy cleaning in the house made in my life. She would show up and I would clean with her, but um, yeah, it just made all the difference in the world for me. But the light bulb also went on about the extent to which I was cared for or loved or respected in some pretty basic ways, and that this particular area around housekeeping was being used to kind of keep me worn out and down and was a way of demeaning me day in and day out. It was abuse. So, as I said, our situations are quite complicated. It takes some work to untease what in the world is going on. I mean, when I say I did the cleaning in the house, I mean the person I was married to, when he turned 70, he had the epiphany to take out the trash. And I mean, he took the trash in the kitchen out to the dumpster, but there's six trash cans in the house. And that was like, you know, he took the initiative at 70. So get the picture. This is someone who's really freeloading in a lot of ways. Um, so yeah, when there's a source of contention, you got to take a step back from it to figure out, is it me creating this problem? Is it really a problem that I'm cleaning absolutely everything and nobody helps and they refuse to help and they're slobs? Am I the source of the problem here? Um, yeah, it takes, it takes a lot sometimes to sort out precisely what's going on and and then the kind of the thinking going on in the head of the person or persons you're living with. Not simple, not simple. These are not simple math equations. Pretty complicated stuff. July 31st. A source of friction between my addicted loved one and myself has always been housekeeping. I usually feel so overwhelmed by all the things that need doing that I am not able to get organized. So when he games, he rages about whatever needs dusting, scrubbing, or picking up. Recently, we were cleaning up the kitchen after a big breakfast, and without thinking, I moved the containers on one refrigerator shelf and wiped up a spill. No big deal. But one part of the refrigerator was now clean, I thought. Maybe that's all there is to cleaning house. If I do one small task at a time, I get something accomplished. Then the light went on inside my head. That's what one day in time is all about. When I take one day, one moment, one task at a time, and really concentrate on it, a lot more gets done. Today's reminder: when I catch myself feeling overwhelmed or not being able to get anything done because there's so much to do that I don't know where to start, I'll stop for a moment and remind myself to take one step, one task, one day at a time. Here's the quote: remembering that we can only live one day at a time removes the burdens of the past, keeps our attention on the present, and keeps us from fearing the future. End quote. So this is a common problem. It's complex because its complexity is unique to you and the people you're living with. And I pray that something about this conversation of house cleaning will be a blessing in your life. Blessings on your day.